Welcome to Breaking Health News. We are so excited to come to you today. This is our first series of videos on health. Our vision is spreading true health globally with compassion. There's so much need out there today, and we want to meet the need of all of those people that are struggling with their health. My name is Jack Stagman. I serve as producer of Breaking Health News. I came from South Africa as a missionary 14 years ago, and we've had a wonderful time here. We live in Percival, Northern Virginia. If you're interested in developing a business model or health conscious or you have health issues, then Breaking News is the answer for you. We were looking recently at the world figures, and we found that in the US, 5% of the world population consume 70% of the world's pharmaceutical drugs. The US is also number 38 in the world in terms of healthcare and longevity. We're just behind Cuba. I want to specifically welcome our guest today, Mary Working. Thank you so much for coming through today.
Thank you
It's
for
a
having me.
blessing to have you here. And you've got an amazing story. If you could just share something about your life, and then I'll carry on from there.
Well, my name is Mary, and I'm a wife, a mom of 3, and I have a degree in nursing.
Wow.
And I've got 10 years critical care experience, and that's about my past. Now I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Okay, wonderful. Well, you've got an amazing story to share, and I want to ask you if you could share your story about MS. You've also joined the team Spreading True Health Globally, and I'm welcome to that team. And I'd love you to share that story, because there are so many people out there that are struggling with MS and various health issues. And so would you share your story?
I'd be happy to, but I have to admit this really and truly brings up a lot of emotion in me, and it's almost difficult for me to talk about. My life was very, very difficult for many years, probably 10 years. I had horrible signs and symptoms that were just unexplained. I had trouble breathing. I had trouble swallowing. I had trouble walking, balancing. I'd walk into walls. I guess I looked like I was drunk sometimes walking, but I promise you I wasn't. Anyway, it was a pretty miserable way to be, and I don't want to cry.
Well, I just remember meeting you about 2 years ago,
Yeah.
and you were desperate.
I
And,
was desperate at that time.
Your life was really not doing well.
Right.
And to see you where you are today, how you've come, your health has changed. It's been an amazing thing
Yeah.
to witness.
But when we first met, I was in a state where my body was dependent on sleep. Rest was everything to me. The maximum time for me to achieve anything was about 2 hours. And then it's like my brain would just shut off. And I would have to go back to sleep. And I'd head back to my couch and go to sleep and rest. Or I'd go back to bed. And the worst part of all of it was my children watching me go through it.
Right. And what did the doctors diagnose you with?
The doctors finally diagnosed me with MS. That was on November 1st of 11. So while others were cheering on the date 11/1/11, I cried the entire day. I just cried. And I didn't know how to even tell my husband that I had MS, that I'd been diagnosed. But I was just in such a sickly state at that point. My memory was poor. I couldn't even come up with the right words to complete sentences, and it was a horrible state. And then I was blessed with being introduced to something called restructured ionized water, and it was explained to me, even the biology of it, and as a nurse I understood it.
Right.
But I have to admit I didn't believe it. To me, water was water. That was it. Okay, I get plenty of water. I drink tea all day long. and, you know, there's water in tea. And I have a soda every now and then, and there's water in sodas. And, you know, I had no trouble going to the bathroom. I mean, so I have to be hydrated, right? Well, anyway, I made a mental commitment to do 30 days on this special water. And in that 30 days, my life started to change. And I didn't even see it happening. I wasn't the one who noticed. Before I started on the water, my hands trembled so bad, and my lips trembled so bad. I couldn't even light the candles on my kids' birthday cakes. And that was a really, you know, I tried, but then I would just my hands would be trembling like this, and I'm trying to light the candles, and I would just say, oh my gosh, I forgot to do something, and I'd put the match down or the lighter, as if nobody noticed that my hands were shaking. To me, I had hidden it well. But after 3 weeks of being on the water, my mother asked me if I was still drinking that water. And I said, yes, I am. And she said, what differences do you notice? And I said, well, I don't really notice anything yet, truthfully. I had just said, don't notice anything. And she said, do you realize your lips are not trembling? Your hands are not trembling. And I just went into shock, like a blank look on my face, I'm sure. And the reason for that is because I never knew that anyone else knew that my lips and hands trembled. I thought I had hidden it all these years. And that was a really huge moment for me. And, you know, the realization just hit right then. Here I am. And I looked at my hands, and they weren't trembling. I could actually sign my name again, and I could light candles again. And that was huge. And the only thing that had changed was I'd been drinking this water. So I kept drinking the water. And within about 6 weeks, my family and I agreed, let's take a day and do a family day trip. And we did. And I felt good enough to do it. And we went to Calvert Cliffs in Maryland. And it was a 2-mile walk to the beach on a dirt trail. And I did it. I did the whole 2 miles. No problems. I didn't lean on anything. I didn't hold on to anything. I didn't have my husband holding me up for support. I walked it. And you know what? I walked back. That was 4 miles in one day. Whereas I hadn't been able to walk across a room without holding on to tables and chairs and whatever else was around. My husband had to help me get across the parking lot. I had to hold on to the shopping cart to get to the car at the grocery store. Okay? But it was the water. Nothing else changed. And I would implore you, to everyone out there who is seeking and praying for help, do your homework. Look into restructured ionized water. Call us, ask us about it. And we want to talk to you. We want to help you, because you are not without hope. Okay? This is to give you hope. This is to get you where you need to be. And we want to be there for you. You're not alone. I've been there and done it. I'm living proof. And I ask you to just put in your due diligence, look into this, and let us reach out and help you. Okay? Give yourself 30 days on those water. Restructured ionized water. And just see what it does for your health. It's not going to heal you, won't make your disease go away, but what it will do is put your body in the best state of health that it can be in. There are lots of changes that you can make. Are you willing to dedicate yourself to that? I hope so. Jack, thank you.
Mary, thank you for coming in. It's really just touched my heart to hear that story. It's an amazing story. And I'm sure that as time goes by, it's going to touch many other people. And what you've done today is you've given hope to people. And so thank you so much for that, for coming on to the show. It's been an absolute blessing getting to know you. You're a blessing to everybody in the community. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. If you want to ask questions, please contact us, and we'd be delighted to be in contact with you shortly. Thank you very much.